Hello children, today we are going to study further about the kinds of sentences. In the previous video we had studied that there are 4 kinds of sentences. I had talked about those 4 types of sentences in the previous video. Here today we are going to discuss these 2 types of sentences in little more detail because we are going to deal with kinds, and we are going to deal with the kinds of assertive sentences, and we are also going to deal with the kinds of interrogative sentence. So today let's start with the assertive sentence. So assertive sentence can be of 2 types. Namely, affirmative and negative. So I have already told you that an assertive sentence makes a statement, that it says something, it presents your opinions, your thoughts. So this assertive sentence can be affirmative sentence, this assertive sentence can also be a negative sentence. So let me give an example and explain this to you. If I write over here on the board, I can swim. So this is an example of an assertive sentence which is affirmative, because the idea is represented is a positive idea. And over here, if I write I cannot swim. So this is an example of a negative sentence because a negative idea is being presented. Similarly, if I write I always help the needy. I always help the needy. I always help those people who are in need. But if I write here, I never help the needy. That is the person who is in need. I never help them. So these are examples of sentences that is that falls under this assertive sentence category. But over here, this one that I have written towards the left is are examples of assertive sentence. Those are affirmative. And towards the right, that's towards my right hand side, the sentence that I have written away, I cannot swim and I never help the needy. These are examples of assertive sentence. Those are negative. So you need to remember that assertive sentence can be of 2 types. The types, those are affirmative and negative. So affirmative sentence is going to present a positive idea, and negative, as the name itself says, is going to present a negative idea. So now let's deal with the other kinds of sentences, that comes under the interrogative sentence. So according to the book, we are following your book. So according to the book, we get to see in the book that there are 3 types of interrogative sentences. The first kind of interrogative sentence is called yes, no questions. If you look at your book, then you get to see this written in page number 7. So if you look at page number 7, then you get to see that the first kind of sentence, that's the first kind of interrogative sentence is yes, no questions. So if you look over there, if you read, then it's written interrogative sentence are of 3 types. It's a yes, no questions, WH questions, and alternative questions. So the first one that we are going to deal with is yes, no questions. The reply to yes, no questions is yes or no. So if there is a question sentence, that is a sentence, if there is a sentence that's asking us a question, then if that sentence can be answered, the question of that sentence is asking, if that question can be answered with the help of yes and no, then that sentence comes under, that interrogative sentence comes under yes, no questions. So let me write some example over here. So first example let me give over here is, do you like apples? This is an easy example. So here I have written, do you like apples? So automatically when you look at this sentence, you will come to know there is a question mark at the end. So this comes under interrogative sentence category. And over here, if you try to answer this question, then you will come to know that do you like apples can be easily answered by saying yes or no. Yes, I like apples, or you may say no, I don't like apples. So the answer may be yes or answer may be no. So this kind of sentence, this kind of interrogative sentence, the answer of which the question, I mean to say that the question can be answered simply by saying yes or no comes under which category? It comes under yes, no questions category. Let's take some other example over here. Is she your best friend? So here I have put a question, and the question is asked, I have written a question, the question is asked, is she your best friend? So if she is your best friend, that person is what I am referring to. If she is your best friend, then you can say yes. If she is not your question, then you can say no. So these yes or questions can be answered simply by with the help of words like yes or no. So I hope you have understood it here. So the first kind of question, that's interrogative sentence. The first kind of interrogative sentence is yes no questions. The second one is WH questions. Now WH questions, if you look at your book, then the meaning provided here is WH questions contains question words what, why, when, who, whom, which, whose, where and how in the beginning. The reply to these questions is not simply yes or no. So this kind of questions that begin with WH, it can also begin with how. So this kind of the questions that begin with how or what, where, when, this kind of questions cannot be answered with the help of yes or no. So these kind of questions fall under which category? WH questions category. So if I write what is your name? So when you read this question, you understand that this question cannot be answered with the help of yes or no. You need to tell your name over here. So if your name is, let's say for example Ram, then you say Ram. If your name is Sita, then you say Sita. If your name is Shyam, then you say Shyam. Hope you understand. So here we are unable to answer this question with the help of yes or no. If I am going to say simply yes or no, then the answer is going to be wrong. So I have to use some other words in order to answer this question, that is what is your name. Moving forward, let me give you one more example of this kind of questions. How old are you? I am taking easy examples so that you are able to understand. So how old are you? This is a question that you have been dealing with since your junior class. I think even when you were in junior classes, you could come across this question. So how old are you is asking about the age. So here you are not going to say yes or no as an answer. Because if you say this, then the answer is going to be wrong. You have to say I am 12, you have to say I am 10 years old, I am 14 years old, whatever your age is, you have to say that as an answer of this question. So I hope you are understanding that yes no questions can be answered with the help of words that is yes or no, and WH questions cannot be answered with the help of yes no words. We need some other words in order to answer these questions, and these questions begin with WH words. However, how we answer from here, that you need to remember. Okay, now the third kind of question that we are going to read about is your alternative questions. Alternative questions. Now, what are alternative questions? And the meaning has been provided in your book. If you look over there, then it's written. The reply to alternative questions is one of the options given by the question itself. So the answer of this kind of question will be a part of the question itself. So if I write, do you like a red or yellow? So over here you get to see that I have given two colors option over here. That is, you have to choose between these two colors, that is red or yellow. So do you like red or yellow? Then you have to answer by choosing, that's picking one answer. That's you have to say whether either you have to say red or you have to say yellow. Similarly, let me give you another example. So did he buy a car or a bus? So this question is also an example of an alternative question because the options are provided. Over here the option you can see car and over here bus. So out of these two, that is you have to choose between these two. You have to choose whether he bought a car, you have to say he bought a car, and you can say he bought a bus. So the option is already provided. You have to choose from the option that's given in the question itself. So these kind of questions are called alternative questions. So I hope you are understanding what I am reading, what I am telling you. So over here, examples are provided. I have already talked about imperative sentence, so I don't think so it's necessary to talk about imperative sentence once again. But however, I can tell you that imperative sentence are sentences that gives a suggestion. It let's say it instructs someone to do something. It makes a request. I have already told you all these things. And similarly, exclamatory sentence also I have already explained that this kind of sentence expresses feelings, strong feelings and emotions. So here if you look at your book, then it's explained over here that an wonder, joy, surprise, shock, disappointment. An exclamatory sentence usually begins with words like how, what or how. It ends with an exclamation mark. So these are things that you need to keep in mind. Examples are already provided in your book. You will go through them, and there are some exercises that are provided. Kindly try to solve them on your own. So we are going to stop here for today. Thank you.